Hello everyone who has not given up on finding love in life. I'm BorderWise, and welcome to the From the Depths main menu. But more importantly, we have a special guest here. It's my girlfriend, who for the purposes of internet anonymity will be called Kelpie. How are you doing today, Kelpie?
Pretty good. I'm confused by giant screw that's going above water and underwater.
Well, that's a great intro into what this video is about. I'm going to be trying to explain From the Depths to my girlfriend. We'll see how this goes. That is a vehicle, a kind of helicopter thing, and the main menu very nicely just has vehicles spawning in randomly into the world and fighting each other. From the Depths main menu is actually quite cool in that regard. It's like, what main menu background do we have? We just have the vehicles. This guy is not meant to go into the water, like, just in case you're wondering.
There's a tiny thing saying too low, dot.
Ah, yes, so vehicles in From the Depths, like faction vehicles, like this one in the campaign, they have scuttle settings. So if they get into a position they're not supposed to be, like they get too low, or they get too high, or they go out of control, a timer starts that despawns them, because otherwise it takes forever for you to actually kill them, and you might not be able to. Because, like, you might be able to damage them, but you might not be able to actually finish them off. So yeah, there's that.
For context, today I am a gamer girl, but I haven't played games in years. I played Age of Empires when I was a kid, and so this game, it's like you need 100 hours to get to begin to start to play. So I'm like, I have many questions, but I have the expert who will give me all of the answers. Every single answer. Wrong answers get penalized.
Oh yeah, in the comment section, people are gonna roast me if I tell you the wrong thing. I'm looking forward to it. Also, you think it only takes 100? Yep, there's sailboats.
There's like giant laser flying boats that were in the water because they were too low, but there's also
a sailboat.
Sails.
Yep. Welcome to From the Depths.
And so the point of this game is make complicated pointy shooty thing with limited resources and then fight.
Yep, basically that's it. If I actually bring this back, you'll see that there's like multiple things you can do. In the single player campaign is kind of the main thing. There's multiple kinds of campaigns.
I love the new adventure sign, like it's a hiking logo.
Oh yeah. Woo! Wow, I've never really fully understood that. You really don't do hiking on like on Nita's adventure mode because it's mostly on water. But yeah, adventure mode is the other main single player thing.
Oh yeah.
Some people find that easy. Like, here's the thing about From the Depths. The experience is very subjective. What one person finds very difficult, others might find very easy. So I found adventure mode impossible when I first tried it, but the campaign was considerably easier. Still took me multiple attempts.
So it's an absolutely gigantic game, and when there's an entire world of stuff you can do and ways you can play. Now we're in space.
We're in space, yes.
Are there any vehicles that go from sitting on the water to all the way in space as just one direct transition, or do you have to be like, okay, now we're in space mode?
Nope, you can go from the bottom of the ocean to air to space if you build your vehicle right. In fact, that's not even technically that hard. Yeah, you just use steam jets.
What's a steam jet? Is that a steam jet there, or is it just something that's exploding and is not meant to be?
That gun is firing at something. If you like, this right here is where most people spend their time. In fact, a lot of people who play this game, the designer mode is the only place they even hang out in, because that's just where you design. It's like the sandbox mode. It's where you just design with infinite resources and just build stuff. If
you make something a designer mode where it's sort of free resources, can you then be like, cool, I'm taking this thing which is made in Lovely Universe into my adventure mode, or is it like, no, they don't cross over?
Yes, you can. You can do that, and that's kind of what it's for. Because building on the fly in adventure or a campaign is perhaps a little bit stressful. Building in this game is not quick, not even... It can be quick, but not if you don't know what you're doing. If you've just started and have no clue, then it's a hard time. So, I can hop into the designer and start showing you the actual, gameplay itself, if you like.
Yes.
Unless you have more questions about, all these tabs here.
I'm sure they will come up, but I would just like to point out, again, I love I think I mentioned this to you when I was looking over your shoulder once, but I love the design of the water. It's, kind of realistic, a lot of motion, but it's also, in-game. I don't like photorealistic games. It's like, what's the point? Make it your brand and make it yours.
Yay! Well, the devs will be very pleased with that, and everyone who loves the render distance mod will probably disagree with you. But they're allowed, you're allowed.
I am more than happy to fight people on the internet. Oh no, people don't agree with me.
Yeah.
Isn't that a disappointment? Oh no.
Let's hop into the designer. So this is where the magic happens. So
can you make the designer base be in space, or is the designer just like here?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Like if this particular kind of vehicle I couldn't put in space because this is a fortress, a very specific kind of thing, and it's kind of magic voodoo. It uses power to stay afloat, very little.
How long does it last? Hours, minutes?
If you've got enough materials to
Okay.
keep your engines running, like it's however many materials it has. Like you can see down here, whoops, over here, that number ticking down. This thing has material storage, and it's got engines that are keeping it afloat. And like this is the designer mode, so I can hit F5 and like I can just keep feeding resources to it. So I have all the time in the world to build things. And this is a thing I made, by the way. This is my specific like turret system testing fortress. You could quite easily, quite happily make a space fortress. Well, perhaps not a space fortress, a space vehicle to spawn in automatically in the designer. Because this thing is the thing spawned in, because let's go into my thing here, where...
This game is this is a bit more complicated than Age of Empires.
A little bit.
There was another game I played last year with my flatmate a few times. I played Mario Party. I understand games and all their complexity.
That's a whole 2 games. Elite gamer in the house.
Oh, and I played Lego Races.
Lego Races?
Yeah.
Whole 3 games. Elite gamer in the house.
And I sometimes played Sierra the Hobbit, but there was I was a young kid, and there were some levels that are quite hard for like an 8-year-old. So my older brother had to help me through some of them.
I think a lot of people have had that kind of thing. It's like, please, older sibling, help me.
I'm getting mildly distracted by the background of all Sebas. It's like it's a hot and humid day, and it's like I want to throw myself into the ocean, but there's no nice deep oceans around unless you want to like drive through terrible traffic. So it's like ocean.
Well, I'm terribly sorry to tempt you with the From the Depths ocean. You want to go to the depths?
I'm feeling like it's sort of making ultra deep submarines today, or possibly watching you make one because I don't know how to make things. I'm happy to try, but
okay, cool. Like, by the way, for anyone watching, like at any point, Kelpie can just say to me, like, "All right, I want to take assuming direct control." And we'll see how well she does at playing this game. But it's when she wants to. So I'm not going to pressure her, and neither are you. I'm watching you. I'm pointing at the microphone right now. Like, you behave, person in the microphone, I guess. Anyway, so...
Oh no, pressure. Oh no, people picking a fight. Wouldn't that be unexciting?
That definitely wouldn't be content and engagement. So, you see here this little heart thing? Yes. That's why this thing spawns first thing in the designer, because that is the thing designated... Oh no, it's the light bulb, actually. Whoops. And so I can disable that if I want to. I'm not going to.
So it's like in Task Manager when you can decide whether or not things run on startup.
Exactly. This game has
I do know a little bit about computers.
Yeah.
I say a little bit because I live with a geospatial analyst, and my boyfriend manages to play an incredibly complex game, but...
Yep. For anyone wondering, Kelpie has a PhD. She's definitely brainy enough to play this if she wanted to.
It was in complicated stats, but only in R, which is like no language to just make thing run and then use like a random bit of code to make other thing run. There's like no basic language.
Okay. More questions? What you mentioned you want to make a...
Can we build something deep sea?
Okay, that's not difficult. I mean, not difficult for me who has 6,000 hours in this bloody game, so...
Can I try build something deep sea?
Hell yeah.
Switch sheets?
What? Switch sheets? Switch chairs. Chair switching commencing. Let's see if I can actually do this, because here's the annoying thing about being 6,000 hours deep in this game. Alright, Kelpie has the thing. Alright,
I'm going to press button to see what they do.
Oh, no, careful. Alright, so you move the camera with the mouse. Oh, please don't do that. You'll make people sick. Alright, and WASD moves forwards, backwards.
Oh, like Mega Races.
Yeah, so that is convenient.
Can I go into the sea?
You can, kasploosh.
Ah.
There's the ocean floor.
It's not very deep. This is like Pacific coastal.
Yeah, no. This game, the oceans aren't that deep, and also space isn't that far away.
So we can't make a deep sea mobile that can like handle a fair few tons of water pressure.
I mean, no, water pressure isn't a thing in this game either, unfortunately. But also space is only 500 meters up in the air, because like the distances like would just get too ridiculous in that case. You can also hold down shift to make the camera move faster as you move it. We're in space. We're in space. See? I told you it wasn't that far away.
Is that land on the horizon or just glitch?
That is the edge of the map. That's as far as the render distance goes. That's the render distance. The render distance mod I mentioned makes the land a lot more visible from a greater distance, which is why people love it so much. I love it so much. I would be running it, except it causes performance issues at the moment.
Submarine time.
Submarine time. So to start building... Ouch. Bonk. Alright, so aim your mouse away from the ground and hit B. That is your first block. So to build, yep, you've now placed a whole bunch of wooden blocks, which is not what you want for a submarine. If you want to build a submarine...
We will live in a wooden submarine.
You've made a dick so quickly.
How do I make it not spin with the camera?
Okay, so hit caps lock. You hit tab first. And yeah, caps lock basically locks your vehicle in place and will lock it above the water so you can hopefully see what you're doing.
So we're going to be floating upwards out of the water?
We are currently floating upwards out of the water. You can see over there the altitude going up.
Yeah.
And since you've made a weird wooden block thing...
We may need to destroy this.
Yeah, so hit Control Z a few times.
Yeah.
This is a recent feature. And... Nope, that's as far as you can go. That's your first block placed. So now hit E. You're in your build menu. So for a submarine, like, I mean, we could make the entire thing out of lead and it would definitely sink. But I recommend using stone or metal. Which do you feel like?
Are we stone or are we metal?
I'd say we're pretty metal.
I'd say we're metal.
I've never been stoned in my life.
Respecting your partner is very metal.
What?
Respecting your partner is very metal.
It is metal, yay!
Okay, and now you've got to find the piece to build it.
Alright, so most of the time, the most common block to build with that you should prioritize is the 4-meter beams. Two reasons. If you hover over the 4-meter beam, you'll see that it is structurally sound, blah 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 blah. Extra health from 4-meter length. Longer beams have bonus health because of their length. There's
extra health, yeah.
Yeah, so the reason for
zero.
The reason for that is that because this game calculates every single individual block, and so having bigger blocks means less blocks in your vehicle, and that means less pressure on the CPU. So it's built into the game to incentivize people to use bigger blocks, so they don't melt their computers.
Cost 20, 3-meter beam costs 15. How do you get materials if you're not in infinite material mode?
If you go to resources, the tab on your left, it's like 6 down from the top. You see material gatherer right there?
Yes.
That costs power to run, and when you're in a resource zone, which is like just a green hovering ring, it goes and sucks
it's
out
not like
materials.
Age of Empires when you set villages to go pick from berry bushes.
No. That is the one part of this game that's more simple than Age of Empires. And there used to be multiple different resources, but they did simplify it.
You have wooden ammo barrels in the Age of Space submarines with the laser guns.
This game is very versatile. You could make an Age of Sail ship with like old-timey muzzle-loading cannons, or you can make a space laser death machine. Like, it's up to you. The freedom is staggering and intimidating.
Sailboat is tempting, but I do want to do submarine.
Okay, so you head back to the top with blocks.
Okay, so this is what we can... What's the... I assume cram cannons is not like cram school cannons. What does cram stand for?
Cram doesn't actually stand for anything. It's a description. So
Advanced cannons.
Oh, well, you're now clicking faster than I can answer questions. So if you go back to cram cannons, you see there's a line of pellets on the side there. It's various kinds of like damaging pellets, and you cram those pellets into the shell before it's fired. That's why they're called cram cannons.
Flammability 60%. The metal blocks had flammability 0%, so these have a good chance of catching fire?
These things, yeah, so 60. The flammability is how much damage they take from fire. So Cram pellets actually go up, like, pretty easily. Like, I've seen if they get, like, an incendiary shell inside a cram cannon, the thing burns to pieces very
So it's
quickly.
like World War II naval warfare.
Pretty much.
You don't want the explosive thing coming to where these are stored.
Yeah, no, you don't want the explodey thing on you at all if you can possibly help it. But if you can, you want to keep the explodey thing on the bits that can, you know, take explodey damage.
I was going to say, like, oh, so we can, like, build a Yamato and, like, have the whole thing explode, but it's like a lot of people died and it was a very sad event, so we're not going to do that.
Multiple people have built, like, replicas of the Yamato in this game,
Ah.
including one quite famous content creator, Martin Cedarpants, built, like, a... What was it? It was like a 2.5 scale version of the Yamato. So it's like 2.5 times bigger than the real-life Yamato would be.
Do you have the problem that they have over in the world of tanks and what's the one where it's all things? It's got plane and vehicle and tanks.
War Thunder?
War Thunder. Yeah. Do you have the War Thunder tank when you have like, oh, I want to build this ship, and someone's like, actually, the newest Apache American attack helicopter has these blueprints, and they have like secret documents leaked like every other month? Or
No.
is this not quite those circles?
It's not quite that frothy. There is overlap between the From the Depths community and like War Thunder and all that stuff, because it's a similar interest in like military hardware, except this is far superior because you build the military hardware. So WASD is still how you move your blocks around.
How do you bring back the option screen?
E.
That was right. I was going to say, like, could I make like EMP pellets that are like fluoro pink, just to like really insult your enemy, like like you could do that like a whole Hello Kitty thing, like
Yeah.
nya nya nya.
You
and
could
then
absolutely
just destroy
do
a
that.
person in a fireball flame. Because you have to click the paint before you click the thing.
Yes. So, and you are not on the block, so if you use WASD
Okay,
to
so
get
I've got to
back,
store my curve.
you got to.
So you've got to stare for the building. That's complicated. Down.
You got a what for the building?
You've got to stare for building. Okay, stare by.
Yeah, you got to steer for building, and so WSD is relevant to the camera.
It is.
So
I'm finding that out.
You can also,
Oh, I'm underwater.
yeah. So you can also use spacebar to go up and
okay,
Alt to
that's
go
helpful.
down.
That's helpful.
And so when it
I'm
turns
behind
green,
the block, so I need to go.
so yeah, and don't click now. You'll delete your whole vehicle.
Oh no! I'll remove my wood block. And so now this is a. Yep. Now that has bright pink.
You have
Explosive on it.
You've successfully placed your first. Well, no, it's not your first block. You placed a whole bunch of blocks and made very briefly a wonky wooden deck. I think everyone tries that at least once in From the Depths. So yeah, that cram pallet's not going to be useful for Submarine. Like you shouldn't have deleted that.
I'm just clicking buttons and seeing what happens and what's
Okay,
happening.
so
So
hit. The submarine's going to take a while.
it is going to take a while. How
Yeah.
do the spaces backwards? I can I need to turn my camera around.
Yeah. Please don't make a fluoro cram pellet deck.
Oh, I was about to, but if you... Okay, I won't.
Okay, like, I mean, you can if you really want to.
We don't need to be crass.
I mean, PG-13 is what we should try to be, and we probably will miss. Okay, so, like, do you still want to build the submarine?
Yes.
Alright, so...
Back to E.
Yep,
And back
and you
to
want to
blocks.
blocks and probably metal. Metal is almost the default building material. You probably want to get rid of that. I mean, that can be an emotional support cram pellet if you really wanted to
Oh, I
keep
thought it
it.
controls either... Oh, there we are.
There we go.
So
And so
controls the
then-
out of existence.
Now, what you can do is you see that end of the beam that has like 5 little like.
Yes.
That is the origin point. Move your beam over so the origin point is over that wooden block. So you can hit Alt to go down.
Alt. Let's go sort of horizontally across.
Yeah, it's locked. Like the camera position determines what is up and down. It's relative to the camera. So
This
now,
is so difficult.
yep,
Just to like build a brick.
you get used to it. And now you're hovering over it. Hold Shift click, and you'll replace that wooden block.
Okay, so you don't have to center everything around a wooden block at the core of your hull.
No. You could also delete that block
It's
after
coloured with
placing.
paint number 12.
Yeah.
That's not a vibe.
Alright, so you can pick whatever color you want, actually.
Green.
Yeah, green. And if you click on free paint, that just makes it the paint tool, and you're not placing blocks anymore, you're just painting.
Oh.
So if you can click on the block you've just placed,
Where's my mouse?
and you need to be over it. You need to be over it with, like, your building cursor
okay.
thingy. Remember, it's relative to the camera.
Yeah. So space is up. Nope, out it.
Alt is down. Nope. There we go. And nope. There we go. There we go. You did it. Well done. Well done.
100 hours in this game is a glitch to get basic functionality? You need a lot more than that, I think.
No, it's more like several. Like, basic functionality is like you've built a thing that probably isn't very good and looks ugly.
This looks swag as hell.
Yeah, I'd say you've made a super cool green brick. Swag. For anyone wondering, Kelpie just dabbed. I would turn face cam on, but like the world's not ready for us together like this. Alright, so from there, you can keep building. You can have your... You can actually... Oh, another thing. If you hit like D to go right relative to the camera,
yes.
and nope, too far. And if you hit R, now you've selected that block type and its orientation, and you can keep building with that.
Oh.
You just deleted it. The whole vehicle's gone now. So you want to hit B again. Now we're back to square one.
And we're floating up out of the sea, and we're going to do E and put another
thing down here.
Green.
Green, and by the way, if you select that, I should tell you, if you hold down Tab and hit, what is it? I think it's, yeah, WSADQE, you can rotate it. So experiment with that.
Oops.
Right, so try that again. This is a point where I might struggle to explain it because it is literally muscle memory for me. Please hit caps lock before I get sick. You've also, I think you've hit, wait, no, nope, you're still on the middle beam. So if you hit, let me show you. So this is how you see what keys I'm typing?
Yes.
That's how you rotate blocks. So tab.
Oh, okay, so I can make it.
So yeah, WSD is like rotating forwards, AD is rotating sideways, and Q and E is like rolling. Yeah, you're getting it. And you... Shift click is replaced.
Yeah,
Shift
not
click.
click.
Shift click is...
So we want...
This is
and
so...
we want B and we want caps lock.
This is so good. It just really, you are really experiencing what people's first few minutes of From the Depths is like. Also,
we have one type of brick anyway.
Okay, so also I should mention this game does have in-game tutorials, which possibly I should have made you go through
I
first.
have the local expert.
I think I am the local expert. And space. There we go. And shift click. You're syncing now because you were already doing the thing.
Ah. Which
Yep, we're tilting now. So and we're dropping the altitude. So hit caps lock again.
Okay, so that's going
go.
take us to the sort of building space in the sky.
Yeah, the great building space in the sky. And now, if you firstly, hold on, hit spacebar. Aha! You have built your first block badly. So you see this...
I put a block in space, how do you build it badly?
You've, the orientation is not like lengthways. You'll see, if you move your mouse around, you'll see that in your block counter, there's like an arrow.
Yes.
Pointing forward.
Oh, okay.
That's the front of your vehicle. When you're building, it's important to make sure that like your blocks are orientated correctly. And in this particular case, it's not a disaster, it's just that...
I would like chat to know I'm about to put my head on the desk. I'm enjoying myself, but like, people play this game for funsies?
Oh yeah, it's super fun, but it just takes a long time to learn it.
Also, I don't I need these headphones on, there's no music coming out.
There's no music, but no, it's like there's...
You don't want the gamer girl aesthetic?
Well, yep, you keep those on. There's noises eventually, and you will need to hear them. I'm not sure if we'll get there. So
make a new block.
So now, whoa, you already had the beam selected. So,
okay, so out of block, and so
hit E, and then rotate that beam so it's aligned with the arrow.
WSAD.
So yeah, you can replace shift click to replace that block.
I didn't have to line it up first?
Nope, it is already lined up.
Oh,
I mean, it is. It's facing the other way. You can rotate it so that the origin point is like at the rear. If you... Nope. You have to be over the block
Yeah,
to replace it.
I have to line the block up first, right? Which is the
Yeah.
orientation for me to work this out. I've blown past it, haven't I?
Yep, you've blown...
It's like, how do you pick a good angle for you to not get too confused?
And then you hit Alt.
I've done surgeries less complicated than this.
You heard it here first. Kelpie is a doctor. She has done that. Okay, so
I haven't
now...
done many surgeries because I'm a junior doctor, but I've done like skin biopsies, and it's like this is harder.
You hear that, folks? We're geniuses for playing this. Alright, so
How do I make the wooden block unexist?
so go put your building block thing over it.
Isn't it now already?
Nope.
No, okay.
So that green thing, and more specific, why did you do that?
Oh, wait, no. I thought I had...
Why did you make your block vanish? You hit Control Y. Yeah, now it's back. And now you can just click. And you've deleted it. Well done! And now there's an important thing I want to show you. So orientate your camera like lengthwise down that beam. And like move to your left. Like line your building thing like up with the block.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Left. I'm not allowed to get impatient here. I have 6,000 hours. Alright, so now... Nope. Yeah, no, you were right. Now hit N.
In?
You have just activated mirror mode. So now, if you build, like, blocks on one side of this, well, give that a go. See what happens. And up. If it's blue, you can't place a block.
Yeah. Just gonna actually see things, and then...
In forward one, otherwise you will trigger someone's OCD. And click.
Shift click.
No.
No? Okay.
Shift click is replacing a block that's already
okay.
in place. Just clicking places. See?
Oh, that's right. I did the exact accidental click and drag thing earlier. We're like, oh, I'm just going to clicky.
No.
And I'm going to Control Z all that out.
You please do. And Control Z one more time. And one more time. There we go. So now you see you've got 3 blocks. You've only, like, because if you place more blocks on the left or right, mirror mode, which is that sparkly thing down the middle, will automatically place blocks mirroring it. Very, very useful. Makes building literally twice as fast. But one thing, like, you can stuff up mirror mode because you can put that mirror line anywhere. So if you were 1 block to the left or right...
Everything's gone, as you say, and now I say when I'm teaching medical students, fucky wacky.
Yes, there goes the monetization.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's over a minute in. We're fine. We're over half an hour in, yeah. So...
We're over half an hour in, and I've placed 3 blocks.
Yep!
Woo!
Welcome to From the Depths! But yeah, it's like, yeah, that is a classic whoopsie that even experienced people can do. Like, playing this game on not enough sleep is a hell of a trip, because, like, you think you've made a work of genius, and then the next morning you look at it and you realize that, like, you know, you've put things in backwards, mirror mode's been off, and it's just been an absolute disaster. So it's like, this game's like driving. Like, you don't want to do it when you're mentally impaired. Not unless you're incredibly experienced in it. The look on your face.
Does everyone who plays this game have, like, a deep need to be punished, or are you okay?
I think you might be onto something there. I just started playing this game because I saw other people play it and it looked fun. And it is, but ye gods. Do you want to keep making the submarine?
Can this be a submarine?
I mean, like from here, I can, like, turn it into an actual submarine thing, like, pretty quickly.
I think I'm definitely having fun here, but I'm also sort of already mentally maxed out. And it's been, like, I've placed 3 blocks.
Okay, you've placed 3, but well done. Give yourself a round of applause, Kelpie. She's placed 3 blocks. Wow, that was awesome.
I can do train impressions.
Oh, neat. Once we've swapped seats, we can do that. Put the headphones back on. Well, I mean, you don't have to. But, like,
the gamer girl aesthetic.
Gamer girl aesthetic. Alright, so... What do we got here? We got 3 blocks.
Can I pay off my student loans by selling my bathwater now?
If you want, I won't judge. I'd do the same if I thought anyone would buy it. Alright, so here's the thing. Alright, by the way...
For chat, I'm just leaning back, making a very surprised face, you know, like in those various cat memes, because after having placed 3 blocks and seeing how difficult it is, you just dropping out all of those blocks is like... Holy shit.
Yeah, so by the way, you'll see down
I'm dating a minor
here...
deity.
That's the best compliment I've ever had. Alright, so you see here all these little things down here?
Yes.
You can apply shortcuts. So if I go here and if I hit 1 over that, now this 1 meter slope is on my hotbar. But I like to have a rubber block there because this is good for measuring things. So I'm going straight back there. So 8 is a 4 meter slope. If you play from the depths, you better get real used to loving slopes, and especially 4 meter ones, because this is aero and hydrodynamic. The wedges, specifically, where is it?
This is feeling very Lego, being like chatting to my brothers when I was a kid, being like, I need a 4x1 with slope sort of thing, and it's you couldn't have a 4x1 because that's
the one.
There are 4x1 with slope.
This is very much Lego, and there's so many things. There's so many Lego bricks. So I'm just gonna have a regular slope like this. And I'm going to make the body of the submarine like so.
For chat, I'm still like wide-eyed, surprised cat leaning back in awe.
Alright, so I haven't even shown you the prefab thing yet. So Control P, prefab. This allows you to basically copy-paste multiple blocks at once. So if I do this, 1, 2, 3, lengthen the box, or if I can right-click, I can make that very big. Click. I now have... basically placing a whole box of what?
You made a canoe!
Yep.
My boy made a canoe!
Surprise, everyone! If you weren't expecting a canoe from your boy BorderWise, you were a fool, and I have tricked you. Mwahaha. Alright, so...
You're not a fool, you're a lovely people, I'm sure.
No, if you're watching this, it means you're cool.
Yeah, I've got to say, anyone... are we the fools for playing this game at all?
I don't want to answer that question. Okay, so Submarine needs propeller. Normally, by the way, propulsion is one of the things you add last.
Okay.
I put a pole there just because it looks better when you place it with one of these. And this needs a rudder, probably.
Well, that's going to control forwards direction. How do we control up and down?
Oh, no worries. We're going to get to that. This is probably...
Is it just literally called huge propeller? It's very funny to me.
Yep, it's called huge propeller circular.
You're a huge propeller. It's a good, like, school grunt insult, I feel.
Yeah, it's like, you're a huge propeller. Right, so we're going to add some rudders. You can have simple rudders, but we, who know things, like to use the more custom rudders. And that will just mean that the thing can turn. As for descent with submarines, it's actually best to use, in these days at least, it's best to use these things.
Oh, so we're not having ballast tanks?
No ballast tanks needed. At least the way... Here's the thing in From the Depths. The way you build a submarine is actually, or at least an efficient submarine, is much the same way you'd build a plane. It uses pitch to control its altitude. And because the water in this game is basically like jelly, it's like
if there was a real submarine, you're just controlling angle from the back, you need to be constantly like readjusting. You couldn't cruise with any sort of calm, but
thankfully we can have
not a real submarine.
Yeah, thankfully we can have a robot control this. We can drive it if we want to. In fact, I am going to stick a control seat in here. Oh yeah, controversial change.
Did you set up a deck chair?
Yep, just in there. Because here's the thing:
elevated chair. You're a deck chair, whereas I'm an elevated chair. Oh, snap! Got him!
Alright, so if I hit this key right here, which I've forgotten the name of, I have now spawned... Rambot! Rambot is the player avatar. Controversial recent update. Why does Rambot have a minigun? Don't ask.
He's a builder, like, he's building everything one-handed. Well, we said it was he. Rambo
it's them. Actually, in the official art, like it's a girl in this robot suit. So I think Rambot's gender is Rambot. So yeah. Also, it's
got very like ice hockey gender vibes. It's like I've got a giant suit of armor, and instead of knives on my feet, a giant gun. Like, what is a gender?
Exactly. Rambot is whatever gender Rambot wants to be, and that's powerful. Alright, so now I place a vehicle controller, we can see if my...
Have you built like a, well, it's not quite a submarine, but a functional thing in like 5 minutes, and took me nearly half an hour of game time to be like 1 brick.
Yep.
Well, it was 3 bricks because you use a mirror.
Yep. I am 6,000 hours ahead of you in this game, by the way, just to be clear, this is the difference. Let's see. Whoops, that should be green. Just want to make sure that my steering is... It's not... Why is it not doing it?
Am I watching black magic happening?
Yep. There we go.
Does this game require blood sacrifice?
Yes, your own. Alright, I'm going to put a lead keel here. Lead is pretty damn useless, except it's heavy. Which means if you want the thing to keep its bottom down, you put a lead keel down there. Thankfully, this is, in fact, this is now so heavy, it's like, the physics is wacky in From the Depths, by the way. I should do this. Okay, and now we need to power... We've basically already got everything we need to have the submarine do what we want it to. Actually, we should put some pitch control in the front. Here's the great thing about these
Do we need
rotors.
to make it like... Right now it is a canoe. Do we need to make it a submarine? Isn't like closed over?
I mean, we're gonna do that, but that's optional. This game, the physics is a little bit more... How do you say...
I guess you have a robot
free?
piloting it who doesn't need to breathe, presumably.
Oh, we don't even need the robot. Watch this. Goodbye, Rambot. Dead.
No!
Do you want... Oh, Rambot's freaking out. Rambot's
What
freaking
have
out.
you done?
Well, Rambot's dead. Do you want
If
me
in
to...
the chat, lads.
Do you want me to bring Rambot back?
Kinda.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rambot can come back. Rambot, okay, former Rambot is still here. Rambot has a friend.
Rambot has a corpse.
Yep.
What have we done? We became gods with our power.
We didn't. We only tried. What's that line from Jurassic Park? Like you figured out. Like you figured out you could. You didn't think if you should. Right. I want to put an engine on here, and this thing. By the way, with propulsion, by default, it's like set to a very high scale. I'm going to drop this back down to 100% as opposed to 400% because this propeller is very, very strong. And on a vehicle this small, we're going to... Actually, I'm going to leave it like this, just so you can see what happens if it's too strong.
It's like zoom into outer space with one click too many.
Yep. Alright, well, we want to build a simple-ish engine, so we're going to go with an electric engine. Just a few batteries like so.
And now we're going to go pacifist, or is this thing going to have some missiles?
We can put a missile on it. We can... Let's stick an ammo box back here. That's... Definitely not safe.
Old styly fiery cannon, muzzle loaded. Would you be able to put it on the submarine and would it work underwater? Or would it be like, yeah, you're underwater, you can fire the cannon?
You can fire it. The shell probably wouldn't do anything. It would probably miss horribly. But
That's fine, but principle.
We can have a missile. Why the hell not? Let's have a local weapon control. Actually, I'm going to put this over here instead. And I'm going to put the local weapon control. I'm going to put the mainframe here. Local weapon controller here.
Again, for chat, I'm back to amazed, confused cat face.
So the local weapon controller is how an AI can take control of weapons, by the way.
So when you say AI control of weapons, that means you can fly around and automatically shoot at things?
Yes. You're basically making a custom RTS unit. If you're letting the AI take care of... What Age of Empires is, real-time strategy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so there, and if we want missiles, we have a missile controller. We don't have a hell of a lot of room in here.
Should have made a bigger submarine.
We should have made a bigger submarine. But, like, you know, that would take a long time. So, small missile, I'm gonna go with a rail launcher here.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so it's
It looks like an anvil. I've told you about anvil firing, right?
Is that when you shoot at the anvil or you launch the anvil again?
It's that rural American sport where you do firing with the anvil and you have these most lovely photos on Google Images. It's like, oh, you have this people and this guy and there's an anvil 50 meters in the air and it's like, if I feel bad, I just look at that and it's like, nice. Very Roadrunner vibes.
If that anvil can fly, then you know that you can make your dreams come true.
Believe in your dreams, believe in yourself.
Yep. Alright, so now this thing I'm going to... This is the simplest kind of power generation. It's also one of the most horribly expensive and efficient RTGs. the radioisotope thermoelectric generator. Basically, it uses uses radioactive decay.
Thermocouples to commute the heat.
This is based on real-world physics. It's just a little bit more convenient in From the Depths. And let's see, that generates 60. We're going to need, what's 400 divided by 60 again? Was that not a fair question to ask?
No. About 5.
Alright, so we're gonna need... I'm gonna stick the incredibly expensive radioactive thing next to this exploding ammo barrel, and I'm sure everything will go great.
We are the best World War II era, World War I era submarine.
Exactly.
We're going to have no problems ever.
You know
Let's
what?
go into the Baltic.
You know what we can do? Rambot, stop being dead and inconvenient. This is where we seal things up a little bit. We all live in a green submarine. A green submarine.
I'm going to build a little hatch. Can you build a nice looking little hatch with a little bit of like a glass canopy so you can have Rambot looking out at the world rather than being entombed in metal?
Okay. Sympathy for Rambot is important. Alright, let's have some glass. Well, actually, not glass. Yes, glass. Do you want portholes? We have portholes.
Oh, that's quite neat.
Let's have some portholes. Horribly not aerodynamic, but that's okay. And we're gonna have... what are we gonna have here? Also, fun thing you can do, hit backspace, and you can just place blocks willy-nilly wherever you want. I did not tell you about that earlier, because... I
need to have the full experience.
You need to learn some things before you know other things. Some knowledge is dangerous. And we have a door somewhere. Doors and hatches, we have a metal... Yes, the mannequin is fun. So there is our bolt hole. And we can go find a 4-meter slope. And we can go find another slope. And this is not going to be hydrodynamic. We don't care, we're having fun. Also...
Still back to amazed, confused cat face. It's just like, oh, this looks like it would take a while to build. Wait, he's already like made the entire
I've already
thing.
done it. Use a mannequin. You can pose these things. So it's like...
It's T-posing to assert dominance.
Exactly. In fact, let's just, this is going to be our lookout here. Let's just... You're, like, yeah, left or right. Let's see, where's the... Did I go past upper arm? No, pitch. What I want is... Yay!
So it's like Sephamore.
Yay!
No, it's not called Sephamore. What's the one when you have the flags?
That's semaphore.
It is semaphore.
Where's the head? I want to tilt the head up, and he's like, yes! Head...
Don't make it dab. We're too old for that.
You dabbed earlier.
Ironically.
Ironically, okay. Well, this guy could dab, ironically. We also have different head versions.
Oh my goodness!
Yep.
Yes, that's the one!
Right, so we have a mascot. And now we're just going to...
We're just going to leave outside exposed to the depths and the explosions.
Oh, he's got a diving helmet. He'll be fine. Alright, now can we even fit all our stuff in here is the question. So, articulated chair, Q... Wait, no. Enter chair. And then we have fire control computer, which we're orientating like that, and a small vehicle thing, and just to make sure, Rambot really can't see out of this at all.
That's accurate.
Yep. Accurate to submarine. Hello, submarine. Hello, submarine.
It's almost like convoying World War I was a good idea.
Yep. Okay, and now, since we're here anyway, we can extend the missile hatches a little bit.
What was those weird thingies you just made?
What?
What are those things you've just made?
Oh, these are missiles. They're just
So we launch our missile just from the main body?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't need like turrets or...
Nope, not for missiles.
Are they guided? They just go up and then wherever they want to?
I mean, if you stick the right guns on them, if you stick a radar seeker on them, then yes. Or an infrared, except radar seekers have like 360 degrees of like seeing the target. So these are a lot easier to use. So I think we'll stick with them. There's a lot of other different guidance options you have.
But if you had the blank, it would just shoot them and they would come down eventually.
Wait, what?
If you left that blank and didn't have any sort of seeking, you just fire them from the main body, they just go back down.
Oh yeah, I can literally show you what that looks like. So
yes.
we're here, and I'm here, and right mouse to control guns, and if I go do this,
there they go.
they're just going to fire off into the middle distance and not do absolutely anything because they have no guidance systems at all, and they're reverting to a default behavior, which is sea skimming.
Huh, alright.
Right, and so...
I'm satisfied.
Awesome! And... one more. And then... oh, now you've made me ambitious. I was going to do something simple, but no. No, you have to go be ambitious, Kelsey.
I inspire you.
You do inspire me. You're my muse!
Paint me like one of your lead submarines, I guess.
Paint me like one of your... This thing isn't made of lead, but it does kind of have that kind of radioactive green, like. Also,
it's
people...
unfortunately Minecraft-ish. Well, no, not unfortunately. It's a wonderful game, just...
It is very blocky. It is about the cube. Also, people are going to absolutely love you for getting me to make a superstructure, because I generally don't make superstructures for my vehicles
But it's
a lot.
swag!
Everyone now loves you. That's the rule. Because you're right. It
If you're
is
gonna
swag.
take like 1,000 hours to know how to make like basic submarine, you gotta go extra hundies and make it swag. You gotta.
The opposing viewpoint is it takes so bloody long to make anything functional. Oh yeah, P shrinks blocks, by the way. So
Oh,
you
okay,
see
so
when
you
you're
can kind of see your 3D structure again.
Yeah, so you can see
Or internal
past
structure.
blocks, yeah. That's basically our submarine.
That looks rad as hell!
Yay! Well done, team. Sorry if that clap was loud, folks. I might have to dial that down. Okay, so now
There was a high five, by the way.
if we drop this down, and if I tell it to go full speed ahead...
Oh, can I steer it?
I mean-
Although I have to say, if I crashed it into the bottom of the ocean, would it break?
Not now. Now that I've turned God mode on, it wouldn't. So now, this is what happens if you stick too
Why
much...
is it flying?
Because gravity is low by default, and also this is a very powerful propeller for such a small craft.
We've made a porpoise or a flying fish or a dolphin.
This thing does look kind of dolphin-like. Oh, I'm gonna show
Dolphin's
you.
a total jerk, so it's not a dolphin.
Yeah, porpoise. It's kind of fishy, actually.
Flying
Actually,
fish.
all right. I've got to.
Lead flying submarine fish.
I've got to show you decorations. I simply must.
There's decorations.
There's decorations. So let's find the actual origin block here. So, control. Let's actually you.
Can you write text?
Yes, you can. We can put text somewhere on this.
Can
but
you write swag flyer number 2 on the side?
swag what?
Swag flyer number 2.
Swag file number 2. How am I going to do this on the side?
So that when we blow up our enemies with our non-guided missiles, they know who got them.
These things are going to be guided, otherwise they're not going to blow up anything. Alright, so we're going to go to decorations, we're going to go to... where is it? Not that. We're going to go to image display, hologram projector. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. We're going to go to text, and projection range is like this. What did you want it to say?
Swag flyer number 2.
Why number 2?
This is just like the hashtag number 2.
Aha.
I'm not sure.
I mean...
Something in me demands it.
Okay, so we're now projecting that.
Ah.
And you notice it's backwards.
Yes.
So we do need to mirror that. And also, I'm just going to... whoop, no, I need to do that. And I'm also going to Control-C, copy that, because I did place this hologram projector very badly. Let's do that. TG orientates a block forwards and upright, by the way. So if I have this thing here, if I hit TG, it just points it in that direction. I need to go back over here. So
This is more
TG.
complicated computing than my entire thesis, I think.
Well, I'm simultaneously glad and disappointed in myself to hear you say that, because it meant I could have done a PhD instead of playing this game. Alright, I'm going to see there.
It's almost like you're smart.
Thank you. It's good to hear you say that.
Oh, I know I wanted to call it swag fly number 2 because the number 1 is you! Got him, lads!
I hope we're not annoying people too much.
Yeah, oh no,
Well,
we're
if they're-
forcibly broadcasting into this into their homes.
Exactly. Like,
Are they afraid of love?
probably. I hope not. We're not afraid of love around here. We're afraid of... What are we afraid of?
Swagflower number 2 coming to our homes and using its guided missiles to destroy us.
That is absolutely something to be scared of.
And not controlling buoyancy correctly in a submarine.
Yeah. And I've just Control-C, Control-V.
Ooh.
Excellent. And the irony is that once this thing's fully functional, it's not gonna fly.
Oh, I just think like imagine having like a historic battle with another player where it's our submarine versus them on a wooden style canvas sail sailing boat where they defeat us by just painting over the portholes whenever we come up for a better look. That happened in World War One. Submarine came up in these just like villages came up in fishing boats and just like painted the portholes. Fuck you.
I didn't know that. Alright, everyone watching, you got another thing to Google. Okay, decorations. We're actually moving on to decorations before like we've actually made the thing fully functional, but that's fine.
It needs more things?
It does need more things.
What things does it need?
Well, it needs a behavior set so the AI can drive. Do you want to drive it?
I want to drive.
Okay, well, you want to swap seats and you can try driving this.
Yes, do I still need the headphones on? Is it going to be sound?
There is going to be sound, probably. I have turned God mode on. Do you want me to turn that off so it's high stakes, crashing into the ground?
Keep it on. I don't want to immediately destroy this by crashing into the ocean floor.
It should be easy to, it can be repaired very easily in the designer. But,
So I'll be looking where I'm going.
okay, so...
I don't make it go.
The controls, all your controls are up there.
Oh, okay.
So Y steers. You're not moving because your propeller isn't spinning.
Okay.
So...
Oop, I'm spinning down.
That is because... What are you doing?
I'm not touching anything.
Oh, you were trying to yaw, and you were rolling. Alright, so...
Oh, that Y is get Y to side to side.
U is to accelerate, J is to reverse. It's, you'll see there the main drive is now at 48%. That's... You've rolled in, you don't want to do that. Hit Tab to swap your camera view.
Okay, that's a bit more... Ah!
And you can still, I think, use WASD to control the camera.
Oh.
Yeah, you're doing great. Now you can control the pitch with L and O, so you can hopefully...
I'm going to go down a bit.
With the camera, yeah. You're doing it.
Okay.
Right, so now your is H and K.
Okay.
Hitting H, hitting K.
Oh, so that's left and right, and then U is propeller, which is therefore forward.
You're at 19%, so you don't need to hit U anymore if you want to keep going forward.
How do I make it go up or down?
L and O, that's pitch.
Oh no. I don't know. Okay, it's over here. Oop.
Oh wait, the roll props are not set up yet. So currently those rudders on the side are set to control pitch, not roll.
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah, you can't actually pitch this thing properly at the moment.
I just want to dive down to the seed floor. No,
Yeah,
no turning. But
we can't do that yet. It's not set up correctly.
Switch seats.
Yep. Switchy seats, switchy seats, switchy seats. Alright, so J. So you see, here's our problem. This is set to respond to pitch.
Okay.
We don't want that. This rudder is on the left side, so we want this to respond positively to the roll right command. And now we want this one, not respond to pitch, to roll left.
Phew.
Yeah,
You
sometimes...
have to be like an actual submarine pilot to know how to control this.
Yep! Want to drive again?
Yes! I mean, by drive, I mean get very confused and you give me help.
Okay,
So U is forward.
U is forward.
That's not really doing much.
Rudders require forward motion in order
Okay.
to steer you, so now you're going 100%. Your propeller's actually probably sticking out of the water at the
Surely that's why
moment.
I'm not doing much. How do I make it get back in the water?
It should probably... Yeah, no, you're going now. You're going now. You can see your...
Oh, we are going. Now we're going straight towards the seafloor. Good thing we're on guard mode. Oop, and buoyancy's
Yep.
kicking over.
So now you can pitch down to not jump out of the water. Let's
What
see.
button is that?
L and O.
Oop, that's even more. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ah, okay.
Yeah, you see up there where...
Oop, straight down.
Oop.
Don't want to go quite straight, so down.
Right,
there.
so you can see it actually has pictures to help guide you
Yes.
with what each button does. So O is pitch down, L is pitch up.
And we're already at maximum acceleration?
Yep.
I
Well,
just
no, we're not actually.
Well, because I just want to see, like, I want to go to the bottom and then just go up and see how I can get for a jump. Because this is a realistic submarine. Okay, alright. And you up a bit. No, wrong button.
You've hit the ground.
I have.
Alright, so now...
We're pointing up.
And you're at
holding
max
down
front.
you.
You don't need to anymore.
Okay.
You've actually gone too far. You're going to do a backflip.
We are.
Yeah,
I'm too glad I decided we were going to go in God mode.
I mean, I did that without even consulting you because I knew how you would drive.
Thank you. I do drive cars very well and sensibly, thank you.
Oh, no, that goes without saying. Driving in this game is not like driving in real life. Alright, you want to see how the AI drives this thing?
Sure.
Right, swap seats again! To everyone watching this who is motion sick, I do apologize.
True, I get motion sick actually, but I was so sort of focused on everything that there's too much adrenaline and now motion sickness can't kick in.
Okay, so now, get out of the water, swag flyer. We could also save this. So let's save this in the Funcraft section. We'll save it as what's it, swag.
There's a lot of canoes there.
Yep, I build a lot of canoes for fun. Oh, that's your foot, sorry. Swag flyer 2. We don't talk about swag flyer number 1.
We lost contact. It was a sad story.
It was very sad.
Families
Okay.
never managed to quite work out together, do they?
No. Okay, so in order to adjust the behavior, you click here. Alright, so, by the way...
Breadboard?
Yeah. Breadboard is a whole thing which I refuse to go into now because that's friggin' complicated.
Why is it called bread?
It's a coding... It's a coding or circuit term, I believe. It's like...
So you're not gonna... we're not gonna do a let's get this bread.
We can. So it looks
We
like
don't
this, and you can set up things to
What?
affect other things. Yeah, no.
Some logic gate.
Yeah, exactly. So, believe me when I say, you probably aren't ready for this. I'm barely ready for it. This
I'm
is...
from an engineering family, so I understand some of these terms, but it's like, how do they relate to this?
Exactly. I don't know how to use all the functions of the breadboard. That is still beyond me. We're just gonna delete that. And we're gonna set up the AI like so.
There was stunned silence on my part, by the way. Continue.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got... First thing we probably want to set up is a maneuver. And we've got multiple options. We actually want, for this submarine, an airplane maneuver. That sounds counterintuitive, but if you have ship or tank, it's not going to use pitch to control its altitude like submarines do. So we're going to go with...
We are controlling like an airplane.
Yeah, this is like, here's the thing, the difference between an airplane and a submarine and from the depths is what kind of propulsion it has on it, and like whether it is under the water or in the sky, and that's it. So if we go here, this thing, pitch towards target altitude, this is my favorite way to make a submarine because it's very efficient. Otherwise, you're going to need to faff around with like air pumps or like buoyancy or even propellers to pull the thing down into the water, which costs power. We don't like that.
Cruise control for a submarine.
Yeah. And it also means that when the thing's off, it just kind of... It's like, if you set it up correctly, you can build this thing so it just is neutral in the water, but we're not doing that. Also, I'm going to just do this, control altitude. This is just a checklist. This doesn't change anything. You can activate all of these. It changes nothing. And now, in the Adjustments tab, minimum altitude of land.
You know this is a tough game if it needs like a basic like checklist troubleshooting thing on the main control screen.
Yeah.
You don't even have to go to the help tab. It's like, you're going to need help. It's right here.
Yep, it's right here, guys. Alright, so minimum altitude of land, including the land of the bottom ocean, we probably want about 10 meters at least. Really, we should cover the underside of this thing in rubber, so when it inevitably does smash it at the seafloor, because seriously, From the Depths AI is very bad at avoiding terrain.
Okay.
That is something that after 10 years or so, they still haven't quite nailed with the AI of these things. So yeah, that's a problem. The only solution is to use rubber for safety. And minimum altitude above water, we're going to go negative 40, and max altitude, we're going to go... probably negative 10, so it stays under the water. Train height reduction time. Wait, what?
It's called the swag flyer. I've got to have at least like a 5-meter jump.
It's hard to get the AI to do that.
Okay.
I mean, you can, but it requires doing something a little bit different than what we've done here.
It sounds a bit too complicated.
Yeah, actually, we could change something. there's a special kind of prop we can use. This prop works both above and...
Oh.
Stop it. This prop works both above and below water.
So we could fly this into space.
Not into space, but to the edge of space.
Ah. What does it take to be able to fly into space?
That requires either...
I'm not saying we have to do it, but it's out of curiosity.
Right, so that takes either ion engines, which work in space and underwater, or, if you go to the steam section, steam jets. Which is actually a real thing used on spacecraft. It's just you puff a bit of vapor out of the thing.
Air, water, and vacuum. Neat.
Yeah. These things eat materials like crazy, though, so...
And material costs 1,000.
Yeah, well, no, it's like they burn materials because you have to rig them up to steam engines, or steam boilers, rather. So if you haven't made an efficient like steam boiler system, these things are going to eat all your materials, which is bad. Alright, so now, if we go there, and if we go to adjustments, the minimum altitude above land is 10, minimum altitude above water is that max altitude we're going to set to 400, and we're going to set to... Actually, we're going to set that all the way down. And now, actually, hold on. We can have this thing dip in and out of the water like crazy if we set this to, like, something wacky. I'm not sure if this thing's going to be able to fly. Also, we need to replace these with air rudders, which do work in water as well, so they're very convenient. Let's check. Yes, that still works. And I'm going to disable that. Did that work? Yes, that did. Control C. And Control V. Yes, that worked. Work. And I'm going to do a magic thing here. I'm going to hit Shift P 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes all structural blocks vanish. Turns them invisible. And now we're going to... Where's the pivot? There. That's a little hidden pitch control in the front. It is entirely surrounded by blocks, but it can still function as like an aileron or like an elevon or what have you, because this game doesn't account for that, thankfully. It means you can armor all like your ailerons and rudders and all that stuff completely. They can be
inside.
Yeah, they're inside. It's something I'm so used to with playing this game, and it just occurred to me now just how weird that is. So let's do...
That'd be good for getting to like the Sargasso Sea or something. Like, can't get your rudder fouled.
Yep. I love that's where your brain goes. Yep, I'm going to build this thing. By the way, the dimensions of this, the smallest block size is 1 cubic meter. So if this thing exists in real life, it would actually be enormous. It is, in fact, this thing is 34 meters long already.
Yeah, there's been many bigger submarines, even in like early days.
Yeah, true, but like they get a lot bigger than this. This is tiny by From the Depth standards. Okay, I think that works. And if I do this, we can have something bounce in and out of the water.
Can we see it go?
Oh yeah, so let's do that. And then once I've done this, I'm just gonna add basic circle behavior, so they'll try and circle an enemy. Also, I just need to tweak the missiles so they're actually functional. Radar seeker. And we're gonna have just a whole bunch of explosive warheads because that's funny. This is a terrible missile design. It needs more fuel. And I'm gonna add a signal processor because people are gonna be mad at me if I don't.
What does it do?
It means that with enemy flares or decoys or like distraction things, the missile is less likely to be fooled by them and is more likely to actually go for the target. So you can see there in the tooltip. Reduces signal strength with decoy missiles and reduces remote guidance error from jamming. Does not work with the single pixel AI seeker, which is... Where is it? There it is. Which is like a special fancy infrared seeker, which is just very narrow angle. Okay, so that should be fine. Copy to all matching launch pads. And...
Go.
And... Go. So in it goes, and now it doesn't want to be down there. It's actually holding its...
Yeah, this performing very well.
Yeah, it's like... It's actually not bouncing in and out of the water.
I can hear sound when you go close to the propeller.
Yep, the propellers go brrr.
It's a very nice sound, actually. Very calming.
Yay. I tried to make it for FTD ASMR video once. It did not work well. It's because I was talking, and it ended up sounding kind of creepy. I didn't even put eyeballs on this thing. I really should have. We can do that later. In the meantime, we need to spawn the best craft to test against, which is the Marauder. So I've hit X to bring that up. Spawn the Marauder 2,000 meters away. And now this thing is going to bounce. Now it's bouncing in and out of the water.
The swag fly number 2. It's flying. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is beautiful to watch.
Yep.
This sparks joy.
Oh, hello. These things aren't fast enough to reach the target. They're despawning before they get there.
We better get closer.
We
If
better
only we had a submarine that could fly to travel quickly.
Oh, right. These are small missiles. Damn it. I forgot about that. I'm just going to put a regulator on them to make sure that they do that.
If you're not in Baroque mode, if you're doing a multiplayer battle or an adventure, can you move, or can you make adjustments mid-game?
Yep.
Or is it like...
Missiles are very convenient because you can change the whole damn missile. While
that seems a bit cheaty, and half of military tactics is being like, what things are we going to expect to need? We can be like, alright, we're just changing to this.
Yep.
Okay.
By the way, say hello to the Marauder. This is one of the oldest, I guess, kinds of vehicle. It's been updated many times over the game's development. This thing became the #1 favorite test target for all players because in the old spawn menu for the Deepwater Guard faction, this was at the very top. So it's like literally the first thing you'd spawn in to experiment on. Arguably there's better test targets, but the Marauder is mimetic. Oh, and also the From the Depths community at one point gamed the Google search engine by basically, if you Google superior combat vessel, the Marauder's image still pops up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we've just managed to blow it up slightly with small explosive missiles, which are arguably not great. I actually want to show you and see if this still works. So here we go. If I go superior combat, not vessel. Alright, so the first thing you see is the Reddit From the Depths superior combat vessel up photos so people see it. Images. There it is!
Good on you all!
Well
Nice.
done. They did this years ago. Years ago, and it's still there. It's great. I love this community sometimes. Most of the time, actually. So now, our little dude is... Whoa, where are we? Help!
Far away. And I think this thing is tiny.
This thing is damn small by From the Depths standards. It's also...
It's just sort of dodging missiles.
Yeah, by the way, what we've actually made a kind of an annoyingly meta thing here, because it keeps changing its altitude, its angle, and dipping in and out of the water.
Yeah, it's really hard to hit.
Yeah, so if we... Let's go really nutty here and make this full 75. So it's going in and out
Oh,
of...
this is wonderful.
It's going dip.
This is exactly what I'd visualized.
Whee! It's almost going straight up like that.
I think we need a tiny bit less pitch so we can get more airtime. It's going too steep.
Okay, let's go here and let's make that 55.
Yes!
We've made magic happen. This isn't even as fast as
I want to just get
we
some
go.
like screen recording of this, so it's like when I need like background visuals, I can just watch like blue sky, far horizon, and the swag fly #2 dipping elegantly in and out of the sky and the water.
I mean, I am...
It's a metal submarine.
We are recording this, so I
True.
can send you a little clip of it, just like to have on your phone forevermore.
That would be lovely.
Yep, and that poor Marauder cannot hit this thing. It doesn't know what's happening.
I don't think anything can hit this thing.
Oh no, there are things that can hit
Okay,
this.
with like guided missiles, sure, but if we just like play a point and shoot, it'd be tough.
I mean, I can spawn in something that will absolutely hit this thing.
No.
Okay, I won't do that then.
I want to see it thrive and live its best life,
Right.
unbothered, flourishing in its own lane.
Alright, do you want me to put eyeballs on it before we finish? Because we have been recording over an hour.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Yep, I want to put eyeballs on this. And
What eyeballs do we have?
I will make an eyeball from scratch just for you. So Control X, you get the mimic decoration menu. So I'm just going to have... What am I going to have here? You can pick any mesh in the game and just use it.
Copy good. Get good, scrub.
Copy GUID. I don't know what that stands for, actually. What do you use? I'm going to use alloy hole 1 meter. I'm going to change the material to emissive only. I'm going to make it bright white. And we just need to zoom in a little bit. Need to yaw that a smidge. And by the way, you can do this. rotate a bit, and turn that off so you can see what the hell we're doing. Move it over there. Rotate it.
I love how it's like a delicate, careful building while there's occasional explosions in the distance.
Yeah, I left the Marauder alive and I left the AR on this thing on 100% on purpose. Alright, so now we're going to copy that and we're going to add a new decoration. We're going to paste and we're going to move it this way a tiny bit. Teeny, tiny bit. And hold on, so it's like that. We're going to make that 4.
Yes, queen.
Dark, and it's going to be like.
Oh, you're going to make it small.
Smaller, yes.
Oh, very nice cat-like eyes. I didn't know that was what I wanted, but I do want like sort of cat slit eyes.
Yep. So it's going to be like that. Let's narrow it down like so. It's very surprised. We have eyeballs.
If I was a submarine and I found myself 50 meters above the sky, I would be surprised too.
You'd be like, what is happening?
Can you give it eyebrows?
Sure.
For more just emotion.
What is a good eyebrow? There's not many good.
Actually, rather than eyebrows, can we as last thing give it like a tiny, like little, just little jagged teeth at the front, just like one triangle either side, so it's like hee hee. Like tooth.
Yep, we can definitely do that. Let's delete that. And I know the perfect mesh for this.
Like the one fishing boat we saw in the museum.
Oh yeah, true. Alright, so...
Except probably less teeth because it would take ages to repaint all of that in bricks.
Yes, so... Here is a nice wedge thing. And... What kind of teeth did you have in mind?
Just kind of like a little hee-hee.
So let's just do...
I pointed to the screen and sort of made a picture of a triangle, by the way, for chat.
I didn't even see it because I was wondering. I
did it, mate, right in front of your face.
I was looking at the screen. My bad. Alright, is that the right color? No, it isn't. We're going to make that emissive only, which is basically just pure color, no texture. We're going to move that over there. Let's rotate it a little bit. You're going to be like, durr.
Yes.
And...
Yes.
Is that right?
Tiny bit more than I think. Like into the body of the ship.
Yeah, we can also make it narrower, so it's like...
I want to be a thick, chunky boy, I think.
Like so?
Yeah! Nice.
Yay!
That is the swag flyer number 2.
It is.
It's sort of more walrusy now.
I mean, it's kind of... It looks some kind of flavor of derp. Definitely for sure. Well done, Kelpie. We made a thing.
We did.
We made a thing indeed, and it's
Suchi's greatest creation yet.
Exactly. So yeah, that is that's been like an hour and a bit of me trying to explain From the Depths to my girlfriend. I think she gets it.
All of it, yes.
All
I'm ready to go and beat all of you scrubs with my amazing building powers of 2 bricks. 3 bricks.
Yeah.
Get good, get on my level.
Can you outswag this flyer? Anyway, on that note, thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you.
Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you, like a Patreon exclusive Discord available at the lowest tier. You can hang out with me and other cool people. And we can talk about swag flyers.
Where else in the world can you get content like this? Swag flyer number 2.
Exactly, nowhere else. Do check out my other channels as well, and I stream on Twitch.
If you made merch, I would love that as a sticker.
I think swag
I would
flyer.
put it on my bicycle. It's the perfect shape to put on my bicycle.
Oh yeah, well, screenshot just for later. And yeah, what the hell does my? This is the first guest I've had like on recording. Thank you very much, Kelpie, for joining me and indulging your incredibly geeky boyfriend with this.
This is the one who was making like World War I references the entire time.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Thank you for
pretty geeky.
Thank you for being at least as geeky as I am.
Can you take a screenshot of when it's sort of like amping up at a good angle to the air so I can put it on my phone? It's a tiny bit too flat. Needs to be a bit more steep. Yes.
Oh,
nice.
Hell
Woo!
yeah. Alright, thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you next time in From the Depths.
Have a nice day.
Farewell.